Hello, welcome to our class. I want us to look at the principles of organizing. So in most cases, I want us to look at the principles of formal organizations. Formal organizations, that's the business organizations. So the attainment of goals will be the reason for any formal cooperative activity. So however, there exist some principles that could be used to guide the establishment of formal organizations. So one of the principles is unit of objectives. Unit of objectives. So when we say unit of objectives, this principle states that all individuals in the organization and the departments to which they belong should contribute to the principal objectives of the organization. So an organization structure is effective if it facilitates the contribution of individuals in the attainment of the organizational objectives. So all the organization employees should contribute towards the attainment of the organizational goals. That is now the unity of objectives. Then we have principle of efficiency. Principle of efficiency. When we say principle of efficiency, we mean an organization structure is efficient if it facilitates accomplishment of objectives by people with the minimum possible cost and other unsought consequences. So you facilitate the accomplishment of objectives using minimum cost or spending minimal expenses. Another principle is scatter chain. Scatter chain principle. It says that authority should flow directly and clearly from the top executive downwards to each successful level in the organization until the bottom. That is the scatter chain. It states that authority should flow directly and clearly from the top executive downwards to each successful level in the organization until the bottom, meaning from the top level management downwards the middle to the first line and then to the subordinates. So the principle implies that best results are obtained when a clear chain of command is established and followed. Then another principle is adequacy of authority. Adequacy of authority. When we say adequacy of authority, we mean that each manager in the organization should be given sufficient authority to achieve the desired results. Each manager in the organization should be given sufficient authority to achieve the desired results. So when we say adequacy, we mean sufficient. So each manager should be given sufficient authority in order for him or her to achieve the desired results. Another principle is responsibility for results. Responsibility for results. It says that even if a superior delegates adequate authority to a subordinate, the superior is still responsible for the results if the goal is not attained. Even if you give the authority to the subordinate to perform a particular duty, the manager still will remain with the responsibility to be answerable if the goals are not achieved. Another one is accountability. The responsibility for results principle does not, however, relieve subordinate managers of their responsibility to perform. So it holds that when the manager accepts a plan from their superior, they are their duty bound to carry it out. So they are accountable to their superiors for the results. They are accountable to their superiors for the results. Superiors are the executive. Another one is the division of work. Division of work. Division of work states that work should be divided and grouped in a logical manner in order to eliminate duplication of efforts and other forms of waste. Division of work. You divide the work to various people in a logical manner. So, dividing and grouping in a logical manner in order to eliminate duplication of work or effort and other form of waste. That is division of work. Then we have unit of command. That's another principle of organizing. Unity of command. So, unit of command says that each individual in an organization should report to only one superior. Each individual in an organization should report to only one superior. So, this principle is always violated. In organizations, there are many people who are responsible to two or more persons. So, failure to adhere to this principle, in most cases, results to confusion because an individual is not sure of the superior to whom he or she reports to. So, it is better for an individual to report to only one superior. Okay, so if you report to one superior, you can be able to know what you are supposed to do at what time and when you are supposed to do it and who are you going to report to. So for the organization structure, we learned about the organization structures. We said we have functional structures and also we have the structures according to the size of the organization. We are going to learn about that in our next lesson.